Good afternoon all, or good evening, or good morning, depending on what the time is where you're at. I'm not sure. I've got a build to show you all that I've just finished, a little bit of a high-end one, a bit unique, which I'm happy with. So let's get cracking. Right, by the way, this is going to be a bit of a noisy video because we've got machines going in the village and whatnot, so excuse me for that. Anyway, 3mm carbon backbone. Really happy with the finish on this, really happy with the quality of carbon. I've got a good source of good carbon. I see a lot of people in the catapult world using carbon that's not so good. I've used it myself. I say it's not so good. It's a different line down the side, which is nice, but you can sand the pattern off quite easily. I personally think when you sand the pattern off completely, it looks really good. It's got like a lead look to it, like a pencil colour. But for this build, it required the best. Carbon pins throughout. Now the core is 3mm or 1/8 purple G10, sandwiched between two layers of neon green G10, but I've also split the core up into 5 pieces. Actually it's 9 pieces if you include the liners, or the spacers. Really happy with, try and get a bit of a, come on macro. I feel like I've got to try and coax it out like a child. Come on. It doesn't want to work. There we go. See the lines in the carbon. Really happy with the quality of the joins. Could always easily go wrong or not quite as good, and it does do occasionally. It's out of your control sometimes under the pressure of spring clamps. But this has gone very well. And down this side as well. Now the face is made up of a resin. I'm not really a big fan of using resins. I like the hybrid resins with the wood, but it has to come from one supplier nowadays for me, and he's in America. I haven't used him for a while, or spoke to him for a while. Resin can have air bubbles in. This resin was made for the customer, nothing to do with me. There's a couple of little air bubbles there. They're so fine though, it would be pointless filling them. If I tried to fill them, chances are I'd sand the glue straight back out again. Yeah, it is what it is. I could keep sanding this face down, but if I get those ones out, I could reveal other ones elsewhere. That's the joys of working with a flat face frame, you know what I mean? That's why I don't like using resin all that much, but we've got away pretty good with this one. We do have a little one there. Now I know some people will be saying, fill it in with resin and sand it off, but the resin that I use for gluing my epoxy isn't a clear resin. So it's going to come up a funny colour. Chances are it's going to take on the colour from the sandpaper, and it could end up looking worse than that. So it's not really something I want to do. I'd rather just leave it as it is. It's a minor thing, so it's not really worth filling for me. With my epoxy anyway. So I'd rather just leave it like that. Yeah, it looks fine. The finish I've got on the resin is really nice. Mirror, shine, all hand polished this, which I'm happy about. We've got slanted tips. One optic as requested. Custom dimensions as requested. Really happy with it. Little matching bead. Yeah, really happy with this build. It's come out really nice. Happy with that core, with a split core. A lot of work goes into doing that. It's chancy to do in case it goes wrong, but when you get it right like that, it does look different. It looks really different. Obviously that side's higher than that side because the frame is higher that side than that side. But yeah, I hope you all like it. This build has actually been built to match another build that a customer's bought from another high-end builder, very high-end builder. And we've both used the same resin, so it's nice to see his take on the colours and my take on the colours as well. They're not identical builds, but they use identical materials. Literally identical materials, all come from the same supplier. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. Like I say, I hope you all like it, and I'll be back soon with more custom builds. But for now, over and out.